rules have all changed since I've been around, but the game ain't the same since I left out.
Ooh, you know we need you. Ooh, you know we need you. Here's where we need you. Here's where we need you.
You know you like that.
Yes, man. We are back, and it feels like a long time because JT didn't make the playoffs, so we had an extra little break from football. But it's all good. New season, new everything, and it's No Huddle podcast, and we back in the the intro just makes it even better. Like it is perfect with it, and I haven't told CJ about it as we recording this, but I want to let him hear it once it's finished. It's gonna be a surprise. He's gonna be like, oh, now I see how he did it. Okay, so when it's come up, real quick, if you're on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, it's gonna be back on that. So if you subscribe to that, we back to that. So hit the stars, all that stuff, whatever it's called. And YouTube, I'm gonna try to keep putting on YouTube consistently this time. I know I missed a few episodes, but I got some new people and new subscribers. So if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel if you're watching this on YouTube and everything. And shout out to my new subs, Kratos, Ghost, Roses, she's old. So all these people I'm saying, y'all don't know none of these people I'm saying, so it doesn't matter. These people are people on YouTube. They probably won't listen to it, but they will. No, I'm pretty sure a lot of them will. Oscar, all these guys, they're gonna listen to the podcast because they just fans of me now, and that's a good thing. And we cool. So anyway, it's a scrimmage happened. We're gonna talk about that in a minute. We'll talk about the brawl fall. We'll talk about all that stuff, WrestleMania that happened yesterday and all that stuff, you know. We'll talk about that. But since it's we back and gotta get an update. Remember I told y'all not last week, what the hell I'm talking about? Last year I told y'all I was doing something and I was making a lot of money on it. And I said, if it's good enough, I'll tell y'all about it, but I don't want too many people to do it because then I start making less money. So I didn't tell y'all about it, but I'm doing even better because I just started doing it full time. But a lot of people started doing it, I see, because I started getting a little bit less money in between there. So I can't tell y'all still what I'm doing. If you figure it out, you figure it out. Like, don't sign up for it. Whatever y'all, if you figure it out, just leave it alone. Let me make some money right quick. So y'all just don't do it until I tell you. But I do got an opportunity. This gonna be like a sponsor. It's gonna be soon. You gonna hear this. You probably gonna hear this every episode, and it's gonna be me promoting my other business, and I'm gonna be selling these products that you buy every day, and things that you can do to build a business of yourself if you want to, and make money as well. I've told CJ about this, and we're gonna figure out if it's a fit for him. He'll be telling me. Then it would be, hey, both of us would be doing it. But the thing is I'm not gonna, like, the way they teach the guy who I met taught us. It starts with a conversation, then a little bit more conversation, and then the meeting that you see that tells you, reveals everything. But like I said, it's probably the products for sure. Anybody can get online and buy these products and stuff. So I'm gonna still have that. So that's gonna be like a little sponsor thing every week. You hear that, and I'll show you the website and all that. So next week you should see that website up, or by the next week or sometime within the 2 weeks you'll see mine, and you'll know what to do and how to do it. And if you want to make some extra money, hey, you can come hit us up and bam. But anyway, this new season, JT is coming off a loss, a losing season again. And oh yeah, I gotta tell y'all this before I get into that. Let me tell you. Let me just say what I've been doing though. I gotta tell you what I've been doing before I do anything. I've been on YouTube lately. Well, y'all know that, but I've been on YouTube, and if y'all don't know, I play Madden, and sometimes I play it for money. So if y'all ever seen me, if you on YouTube, I've had this big beef with this guy named J-Mail Flow. And it all started because this dude, we played a game of Madden and he didn't pay me the money. So I ended up, let me tell you this whole story about this dude, man, because it's pretty hilarious and sad, but hilarious. And back, it went sad, hilarious, back to sad, and now it's just like this, like, what the F, dude. But the thing is, okay, this dude, I played him for some money. Let's say it was like a $50 game. So I beat him, I recorded the game. I say, okay, we talked on Twitter, and he's like, okay, here, you want the money? I'm gonna send you the money. I like, if I win, you gonna send me the money? Like, yeah, okay, this. So, but the thing is, he like, you gotta cash at me first, you know, the pay up front. A lot of dudes do that, but it's kind of sketchy sometimes, or you don't, if you never played the guy, but it's normal. So pay up front, beat him, and then I give it on Twitter like, hey, I say GG's, that's a good game in our little Madden terms. So this he like GG, I say, he like running back. That's man, running back, man, you want to play again. Like, there's a lot of dudes do that. When you play for money, you running back, and they think they can beat you again now. So I said, nah, I'm gonna cash out this. Chill about. We might consider something tomorrow or something. And then after that, nothing. He didn't respond. Did nothing. He just disappeared from the face of the earth. He just disappeared. And so the dude ended up. He was always on Twitter begging for people for money though, begging for money games. So I came to find out this dude was just doing that. Luckily he played me, but I was like, hey, I warned him, like, if you do this, you don't pay me the money. And I kept warning him after he kept ignoring me. You know, I said, if you do this, I'm gonna make a video and I'm gonna expose you, because I did some research. I'm gonna do it when y'all know me by my research. I do research and I find out about you. So I ended up, I gave him a chance. I like, come on. It's like 3 days later, 4 days, 5th day. I see him. I said, hey, I start tagging him in my Twitter. It's gonna be on for duty. He blocks me. Then he blocks me. He blocks me on Twitter. Like, oh, now that's when the bullets and the gun got loaded, because he blocks me on Twitter. He took my money. He had me send this first. It was sketchy because he had me send the money to this nigga named Big Daddy Bird. That's the name. Who the hell runs something named Big Daddy? But who the hell? So that was the other day. I kept requesting some money back from Cash App. Never got it back. So I put the video out. I did my research. I said I did all kinds of research. I got on Facebook, I got on Twitter, everything. And I found out this dude owed lots of people hundreds and thousands of dollars doing the same scam he been doing. This dude been getting money from people for like 2 years. He been reported missing. Like, the news was looking for him, his family was looking for him, and he was out in Ohio just running around living off scam money pretty much. So I know y'all like, okay, how the hell is he getting money? Well, he was a kind of a semi almost famous YouTuber, right? The money got to his head, and he ended up getting into drugs real bad, and he ended up just losing himself and just blowing money, blowing this, buying cars, and it stopped, just like YouTube all can do. It'll boop, take you out. It's here today, gone tomorrow. And he took himself out of there, and he ended up just like going bad on drugs. So I put the video out because I didn't care. I put it out, and the video got hundreds and thousands of views. It's still up, and it got to the point where if you typed in his name, you still will. My video is still up to the #1. His name is my video is up there at the top because of what he did. So I made a part 2. I made a part 2 video because I said he came back. All of a sudden he unblocked me and said, I'm gonna pay you back. And I like, yeah, I believe when I see it. So I said, hey, send me that other channel that you have and maybe we'll be even. And this nigga tried to scam me again out of $75. But lucky I did it on PayPal, so I got my money back. But I made a video about that. And then the third one came because he got into it with this other guy. And so it's 3 videos of this guy. So if you get on YouTube and people ask about this guy named J-Mail, that's what they talking about. He's like, I'm only at 600 subscribers right now. I'm gonna hit 7 in a minute. And this dude was at 200,000 big. Like I said, I take people down. That's why I call myself. I'm like the Randy Orton. I'm the Randy Orton of YouTube. I'm a legend killer. That's what I am. Yeah. Lazy killer. But anyway, that's just a little bit of stuff that I've been going through, what I've been doing. But and CJ, we've been at these events and stuff, a few. So I've been at some of them. For CJ, he's always at events. But yeah, last time I seen CJ at an event, what was at one of them Virgo bash, some bash. What was that? Last time we was in the
Virgo bash is Labor Day weekend, by the way.
So I'm promoting stuff. I ain't know it.
Labor Day weekend.
Well, I think last time it was like a few months ago. Let's put it that way. One of them shows. But yeah, JT, let's go and get into it. I'll probably next week get some stuff on like chapter and all that. I know we got Cam's brother doesn't go there no more. He goes to Lee now. So maybe should I do some Lee, y'all? Because I know his father still listens to the podcast. And I've been trying to keep it with his sons and what he does. So maybe we'll pop in and say Lee with Lakers or what. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I know we kind of. I'll probably just give an update on his stats and maybe not just Lee, because we can't keep Lee legacy or whatever. But speaking of that, don't y'all think that Lee Legacy School look like a university to JT looking like a junior college? Like they really put effort in the Legacy School. Like it's so big that it's not even finished yet. Like, how can that's a lot of me. That's a big school to have. I was wondering how it looks like inside. How does the JT? Have you been to JT school yet? Look at that. It looks pretty big too. But like, I couldn't imagine myself going to school and looking at how big that is and remembering where my classes is. Like, I probably would forget where my classes are, but like we got it. We got the day. Apparently the Sanchez experiment is not going to be underway this year. We all thought it was going to happen, and I didn't feel. I know, like I said, we ain't talking about the kids and nothing, but this Sanchez. I want to say Sanchez. He wasn't going to be a quarterback. He wasn't going to be a good fit at quarterback, put it like I said he'd probably be a good receiver, but going back another year with him, his mechanics, I was like, it didn't look great. But then we got a shot of greatness. I think it's a guy named Eli, and there's another guy. So there's two guys that they're going with. One can throw, one can run. Eli, he closed his eyes and prayed, and he won them Super Bowl. That's another. How does Eli Manning can beat the greatest quarterback of all time twice? A guy on YouTube. I figured this is a guy on YouTube named Jemiah. He always says that the Giants made a deal with the devil at that Super Bowl because there's no way they can win it twice with Randy Moss on the first one. With Randy Moss, like, whoa, undefeated. But yeah, the defense really did it. But like I said, what we got? I didn't get to see the scrimmage, but what is go talk about it first? I'm talking about the fight. I saw the video. Yeah, not the pack, yeah. Or they ended up getting beat. I mean, not beat, but they ended up in a little scrimmage because some defender on DeSoto hit the quarterback, and they got the fight. And then I heard on an article, somewhere I read one of the referees like, "If this, we ain't here to break up fights," so they just left. And then the coaches in DeSoto and JT got together like, "Hey, what we gonna do?" And they ended up still playing, but without the referees. If I'm not mistaken, if he was there, let me know if I'm right. But pretty sure it wasn't the referees were not there after the fight. And I was headed there too, but it's things that can happen, that we can't say on YouTube and then on anywhere else. But that was what happened with there. So with that going said, I'm hearing that the defense, the secondary is flying around, looking good, and they're gonna really test a lot of people this year. Well, that's pretty much what was always hurting JT defense. And they couldn't score for a lot last year. Scoring was a problem too, so it was just all around bad. But The defense, secondary looks like it's pretty good. They got some guys coming back. What's the guy? I can't mind his name. I know they know his name. What's the guy who's like a senior now on defense? I think he got an offer from a college or something. Is it Wade?
Yeah, he's playing receiver.
Yeah, okay. Wade, those on offense. Okay, well, he's on offense.
Corner safety.
Yeah, because he's a pretty big name. I seen the play where one of the quarterbacks I think he threw him a touchdown at the scrimmage yesterday. I seen that play, so a few things like that looking pretty good. Like I said, it was last year was just like, and I never got. You know what? I never got to see none of the games. I saw them. I was watching online when they had some of the online ones, but at the time I was like, wow. I'm glad I didn't see a lot of these games because they were just really, really bad season. It's really, really bad football. But I'm able to see these. I know Texas high this week. I'm contemplating if I'm on good. It just depends on what I got to do. But most likely every home game, and I'll probably make a trip to Highland Park. They all going to Highland Park, are they? Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, I will be going there. We can go there, but we gonna. But Texas High is this first year. Yeah, go ahead and make that little road trip. Yeah, but let me go. Oh yeah, since we only got to talk about the people on the forum. I know I don't talk about y'all until the football season. So nowadays, off Texas, Von G, Cujo for life, JT Fan 99, Cujo Nation 83. Who else? There's a lot of y'all. Shout out to y'all on the forum. I'm back on the forum now. I take my little hiatus for a few months, then I come back like The Rock. If you smell, then that's out of nowhere. But so we the talk is, like I said, they're saying the defense is pretty good, looking pretty good, and there's a Eli. I guess let me see. Eli is the guy that cause I want to say which I don't understand how he came up. Eli not starting. I guess mostly on the people on the forum thinking Eli is the better quarterback, and then one guy says a reason that Eli's not starting. You got to be accountable for your actions. He knows how to play quarterback though, so I guess he did something, or he's not. He's acting something. I don't know, but from what I'm thinking, Eli is the better quarterback. I get to see him. So when I see him this Friday or next Friday, whoever's the quarterback, we'll see. But even that being said, having a quarterback now is huge. And I know one of them was like a transfer or something. I know they got some transfers, and that was huge because they needed that. Because I don't know how Coach Holmes, he probably knew that he had to have a quarterback. Like he knew he had to do. I'm pretty sure he had a plan in place, and I know, like I said, whatever they was thinking with Sanchez. I mean, I guess they said, okay, maybe we'll get better, do this, that, but I think maybe Coach Holmes just said he had a plan. He usually always has a plan, but he had confidence in him, I guess, but we just knew the position wasn't for him, and he played it you can see it was like look out there like Ben DiNucci was playing out there, and you was like, I mean, he got there, he can play, he can throw, he can do this, but he's not position like Ben DiNucci. He could probably be a good receiver. He could probably be a good tight end. Skip Bayless says he's good at chess. I never watched her though, but that's what he said. Then he said, what's he say? Ezekiel Ellis running around just happy all the time and everything. So I need to watch the episode of that. But like I said, DiNucci, he looked good, but remember the guy Jalen or something? His name was Showers for the quarterback for the Cowboys. Remember he kind of looked all right through. He kind of reminded me of Sanchez, but he ended up becoming a defender, and he played he went to the defensive side of the ball. Now he's playing even better. Or I remember him playing defense and looking pretty good, better than he was at quarterback. But as I don't know how I just understand he had like I know they had freshman and JV quarterbacks that he could have win, but I guess he just like since he had the experience, I guess maybe that's because he had more experience on the offense than those other guys. But nevertheless, they are coming to their in the Texas side. They didn't beat Texas side last year. I don't remember. Was it a blowout or was it like? Yeah, I think it was like 14 points, or wasn't it?
It sounded right.
Yeah, they think it was.
I think it was like 14.
I remember 14. Yeah, I remember 14. So this one, I think they don't got their superstar receiver or something, but I'm pretty sure they got some good players. But we'll see this Friday. I really didn't think the season was starting this soon. Like I'm late on. I'm thinking we had like another 2 weeks, so I'm kind of behind. But yeah, we are going to keep it rolling. I'm gonna come back to some more stuff. We're gonna bring CJ in a minute. If you ready? He ain't ready yet.
Nah,
Ain't ready.
yeah, I got it.
All right, we're gonna bring CJ in a minute. And yeah, shout out to CM Punk. He came back. I can watch AEW now. Maybe I can watch it now. Maybe I can enjoy it.
And on that note, it's collaborate time. Hey, man, look, man, we back at this thing. It's gonna be a good season. A lot we gotta talk about. We entering a new season, on and off the field, of course. Don't let that go over y'all's head. But yeah, of course. What should we talk about first? You know, I might be all over the place. Like it's the first episode, so first episode. Before the first game of the season, but we'll get into thoughts on the first game of the season in just a second. But yeah, man. Like Rob said, he mentioned what happened at the with the scrimmage with DeSoto, and but what I was gonna mention was I got a. Coach Holmes, what he mentioned, his thoughts after the scrimmage. He believed he's seen some good things from the scrimmage. Of course, the talk was the fight. So it's like, well, what else was there to talk about besides the fight? But it was some action that didn't involve fighting. Let's just say it like. But he said he mentioned that he saw some good things. One of the things was the intensity this player showed, and he, that's a good sign, of course. Yeah, well, these first couple of games, you're gonna definitely have to bring that intensity, and I'll get into why. I think when I mention the names of the teams, you'll be like, oh, okay, that's obvious. But I mean, of course, you got to have high intensity in football because to be successful, I think most of the teams that's successful, they either got on one side of the ball or both sides of the ball. It just depends on what's the identity of the team. But yeah, man, like I said, like Rob mentioned, it came fast. We here. We ready to get back to it. We might start off a little rusty, but we get it together once we got things to analyze. But I'm gonna run through the schedule, and just give some overall thoughts of what we're looking on this season. But all in all, man, on paper, hey, even though we cover Tyler High, I said Tyler High this time. I'll probably go back and forth just like I did last year with the John Tyler and the Tyler High. So don't let it be no surprise. Just like when we gonna mention Lee or Legacy. But anyway, man, some headlines to start out the season. You look at the schedules, you look like, oh. And this is going off the topic of Tyler High, but we still gonna talk about high school football, just like Rob is gonna cover some Chapel Hill for y'all during this season, just like he did last season. But you look on the schedule, oh, Legacy, they gotta play Allen, a powerhouse Allen. So you got state powerhouses coming to town playing, and I'm bringing it up because it's teams that usually don't play each other, just like Longview. Well, I believe that this one is a little different. Longview, they got to play Denton Ryan. You like, oh, that's a playoff matchup. They playing on, I believe, the first game of the season. So that's going to be big, So y'all like high school football, pull up. That'll be in a Lobo Stadium, I believe, if I'm correct. But Legacy and Allen, that's going to be a weird one. It's going to be on a Thursday night. I believe they're third. I believe they play them the week after they play JT. It's one of them two, the week after or the week after that. But yeah, there's some things that stick out to me as a high school football fan, seeing hey, these big name schools just playing these East Texas schools, but like the schedule with JT, I mean, it's pretty much the same, pretty similar, but I'll get in there in just a second. But yeah, so hey, me and Rob, we keep our eyes on all this high school action. What these other teams doing? Because hey, if it's something big, we'll talk about it. You never know. Depending on schedule, one of us might pull up to a game just because. The timing worked out. Hey, I pulled up to a. Shout out to Pat Mahomes doing this thing. I'll throw that out there, of course. I mean, ain't much more to talk about, but we gonna keep supporting. Hey, I always say I pulled up to a White House and Carthage game. Carthage, do I gotta say anymore? That the environment was crazy. And Carthage, another team, I'm sure they'll be back doing their thing this year. I mean, it's something in the water down there. Coach Surratt, like the Nick Saban of East Texas football, just to be modest, enough said, it ain't no debate. So, I smell the titles when I pull up in Carthage whenever I. But anyway, man, let's get back on this Tyler High, man. Like Rob mentioned, coming off a disappointing season, we gonna keep it real. We biased in some ways, but we gotta keep it real. There's a lot of things that was hard to watch last season. Tyler High, they returning 29 players, and like Coach Holmes mentioned, I mean, that usually means it's a bounce back season when you're returning over 20 players or at least 20 players. So they got some of them got some experience under their belt. Now let's see if the offense can execute, more efficiently. To get back to Cujo football. Let's just be honest, man. Cause gotta score some points. We ain't really used to. But it's cool though. It's cool. There's trials and tribulations with this. Some teams re-up, some teams reload, and some teams just. My vocabulary sucks tonight, but some teams rebuild. That's the other word I was thinking about. But anyway, yeah. So one player I'm looking forward to see. I saw the shine early. I'm like, and then I kept seeing more because I was seeing if my theory was correct. Kind of like some other players in past years. I be like, I'll tell Rob off the air, man. That dude right there, guy, I see a little bit. You see a little bit from street, and then we like, oh, that's the dude. Just to name one person, but you always seeing somebody that pop a little bit on offense. It's like, man, if they give him the chance more, he gonna do something. But that player this year, man, Montrell Wade, I'll be watching everybody, but Montrell Wade, I saw some, even though the offense struggled a lot last year, I mean, he was one bright spot. Like, they can just, anytime it was a lot of times he had a chance to make a play, he made a play. Even though the quarterback position was suspect, it just that, I know that derails some things, but like I say, it's the big year. He back. It's a big year. He's returning, so he got another chance to. I believe that offense, it has to be better. I expect it to be better because I got a belief in this team, and I believe they got some more experience on them. And like Rob mentioned, I'm gonna add just another branch to what Rob mentioned. He mentioned in the whole, but like, we just really interested to see how this quarterback situation gonna be. We really don't know. We can see, yeah, we can see it after one game, but you got probably gonna take 2 or 3, just like it has lately, when you trying to see who your starting quarterback is and you flip flopping between the quarterbacks. So we're gonna see what happens, and they got a big test these first couple games, but Let's do a rundown of this schedule. Let's do a rundown. I mean, the first game this coming Friday night. Got to head a couple hours north, Texarkana, play Texas High. Of course, you already know it's pretty much seems like the tradition playing Texas High to kick it off. But man, Texas High, you gonna expect look, a legitimate team you playing against, you have to bring it. It's the first game. It's going to test you early, and I know that's what Coach Holmes shoot for, especially in this non-district schedule. Texas High, they got coming back the stud, Clayton Smith. He's only ranked number 7 on 247sport.com on the top recruits. Edge rusher, flying off the edge. Think he plays some offense, but I think he's known as the edge rusher. Committed to OU, like, it ain't nothing to talk about. I mean, so you got to watch out for him coming off the edge. And I think they got a safety, Jones. I think it's Jalen Jones. I don't want to say his first name wrong. I believe it's Jalen. We'll just say Mr. Jones, like my last name, Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones. Shout out to Counting Crows too. I grew up on that song, or you can say the Mike Jones song, Mr. Jones. It don't matter. Just put some respect on it. It don't matter. But so they got a ball hawk, Mr. Jones. But like I say, so that's gonna be a drag out fight. Going up there, it ain't easy to play in Texarkana. So we're gonna see what happens. They hung a L on the lines last year. I believe it was by 20, 41-21. So hopefully, they can revenge that loss. Then you got the rivalry. Ain't nothing to talk about. Pride on the line, bragging rights on the line against Tyler Legacy. Now it's a big deal for Tyler High in multiple ways. Legacy done took the last 2 games, so. JT got to come with it. It's an early game in the season, so that's another reason why it's gonna test you. You're gonna have to bring that intensity that we heard about from this scrimmage, But we're gonna see how the unity is, and they gotta deal with that guy again, who I mentioned before the last game, and he broke a long run, but he's going to do it. Jamarian Miller, nothing but respect. The guy is an absolute lightning rod. Oh, he back. He back, we back. But, hey, shout out to the Millers, by the way. Shout out to Rokila, by the way. Great young lady. Very beautiful, by the way. But that Miller family, that Miller family just they got some talent. Then they got Bryson Donald. I believe he coming back. He's like the Thunder. Jamarian Miller is like the Lightning. And he committed to the Longhorns, Mr. Jamarian Miller. So I was excited about that. Hopefully, But anyway, so let's see how the defense fares against that. You got to shut that run down against Legacy when you play them. And we're going to see if they offensive switched up from what they've done in the past. But, I know they had some coaching switch-ups lately. But I'm talking about in the last few years. But and then on the 10th, you got NAC, the old rivalry. Got to head down to Nacogdoches to play, the Dragons, So we're going to see how usually, they bring it against them. So we hopefully, I don't know if that's going to be a bounce back game. We don't know if they're going to be 0-2 before that game, 1-1. Hopefully they can at least split them. But, we got to see what happens. And then on the 17th, they come back home. September 17th, they play Mesquite Horn. I believe that's a game. That was a winnable game for them last year. But, mistakes, you can't. I remember the one thing I remember from that game, I know, man, they could have won that game, man. They could. It can take 1 or 2 mistakes, man. Sometimes the scoreboard is misleading, so sometimes it come down to 1 or 2 plays. Then 1 or 2 plays happen, you probably having a different, conversation. And then the 24th, at home, McKinney North. That should be a battle. McKinney North gave them a loss last year by 10. So hope they looking to revenge that loss. Then you go into the bye. Then you come back October 8th, head to Mesquite to play West Mesquite. They actually won that game last year, a low scoring game. I was at that game, I believe. It was 10-3, very low scoring game. Didn't expect that, but defense held up. There was an offensive struggle, mostly a defensive game, and Tyler High was able to pull that out. Then October 15th, Wiley East. We ain't got to talk. They pretty much have on Wiley East. And and the times they battled. Beat them by a touchdown last year, so hopefully, you know, they can go on and handle their business again against Wiley East. And on the October 22nd, Rob briefly mentioned it, very briefly. Yeah, you know, that's a game you circle against Highland Park. It's a away game. Got to go to Highland Park. Got to go to their field, play a juggernaut. You know, they came down to Tyler and gave them an L last year, 49-10. So they looking, you know, the underdog is coming, looking to avenge that loss, and you know, just bring the pride and bring the intensity to that when you got to. That's a state power. It's enough said. Highland Park ain't much to talk about. And then the 29th, you got Sherman back at home. Sherman done gave him some L's lately, so it'll be good for Tyler how to avenge them L's. You know, Sherman, they done became pretty respectable, so you definitely can't sleep on Sherman. You definitely can't sleep on them when you play them. And then the last game of the season, heading to Lobo Stadium to play the old Robert. That Longview, it's enough said. The blood really boils when you play when Tyler High and Longview hook up, man. It's at Longview, hey, Lobo Stadium. You gonna hear the Lobo, the howls. You gonna, hey, very tough place to play. One of the toughest places to play there is. And they hung a big L on them last year. Longview is a powerhouse. We know that. They got Jalen Hale, that receiver, one of the best receivers there is around the country, the state, whatever. Got a deal with him, and you know they got Coach King, and it's Longview. They gonna show up. They gonna. No, it's away. It's Lobo Stadium. Yeah, because they like to win over, you know. I done seen a lot of them battles, man, in Longview and Tyler. So, and the whole Tyler look, like I said, I had to park it. The last, I think that wasn't it the last time with the. Nah, it wasn't the last time with that. You know, I think it was the time before the last time they played Lobo Stadium. I had to park at Chili's and walk to the stadium. Hey man, look. The whole Tyler was in that summer gun, man. Like, so, but yeah, the season, man. We gonna cover these games, give our thoughts. We hoping for a bounce back season, you know. But we gonna give the real. This is no huddle. This is we gonna try to keep like an undisputed, like we could call this undisputed. But we not gonna disrespect the ones that have the show undisputed, because them the guys. Shout out to Shannon, shout out to Skip for doing their thing, shout out to Jenny Taft doing her thing as the moderator. So hey, we gonna give it real. We just doing this another season. Hey, we just reloading. How about that? I know Rob gonna give y'all a lot of ammo. You never know what's gonna be said on here, but he gonna give y'all some ammo. It's like not just on them streams either. But yeah, Texas High, we gonna be back. Give y'all thoughts on that game. You know, hope they bring their intensity up to Texarkana. But before I get off, man, of course, shout outs come. I'm gonna give a couple shout outs off the rip. Shout out to a couple birthdays. Shout out to Kamisha Collins. Much love. Salute. And shout out to, man, one of the best YouTubers there is, man. One of my favorite YouTubers, Scott on Tape. You want some good videos of locations, filming locations, just whatever, just all kind of stuff. Type in Scott on Tape on YouTube and follow this dude. Great content, man. And I'm grateful I came across his videos. But salute to y'all. And hey, salute to the people that's gonna tune in to the channel, the channel this year and the podcast. Of course, subscribe to the Third Coast Gaming channel, man. Ain't nothing to talk about. We gonna get it in. It's August. It's football time, man. Let's get it.
And then, speaking what you said about Jenny Tap, did y'all see the thing when they got into it, Jenny and Skip? I wondered, like, what if did they patch anything up, or because they like she can still. They seem like they just okay kind of, but when I listen to the podcast, like on Apple Music when it come out, I might watch it in the morning. I hate wake up in the morning, but so I listened to the podcast on Apple Music, and so I seen that segment wasn't on the podcast. Like they just cut it completely out. So it seemed like they just had a great show from start to finish, and I was like, dang, I wonder like the Skip went to say something, because me, you know, I think didn't they have like a other host before, and she got out of there or something?
Yeah, well, she got it. Yeah, she.
Cause of Skip.
Nah, it wasn't 'cause
Oh, it's not Skip or something. But
nah, it wasn't. It was
something
what
else.
she said about it.
yeah, you know, I like Skip though. I don't know why people think I like Skip. He's a Cowboys fan, so I like, but I like something I don't agree about the Tom Brady stuff, you know, but I like Skip. And Shannon Sharp, you know, he just there always good. Yeah, a great show. But yeah, speaking of that, I was wondering about that. I've been listening to the show, and it seemed like they've been all great. But anyway, got some more. I got some powers to listen to right now. Let's, you know, I listed them all. Well, I'm still waiting on Jim Cornette, right? But anyway, I got one random. This is off the wall random thing, because I think I asked CJ this before too. Somebody in this world in the Tyler, Texas, asked me, tell me, who stayed in that damn house at Fun Forest? It's a house that stood out. It wasn't supposed to be there. It even looked like it was supposed to be there. And this is a big haunted looking house in the middle of the park. Who stayed at that house?
By the way, who I was going to see that? Candyman.
Damn, who?
Candyman.
Candyman got a movie?
Yeah, they making a new one.
Oh, 5 or something? Oh, it must. Well, I got this free app that show everything, so I'm gonna look at it there. But yeah, speaking of yes, I guess there's a good little horror. Who? Yeah. Oh, speaking of YouTube, let me shout out to the guys. You want to do some YouTube? You want to listen to some cool stories? For CJ, you should probably like this one too. This guy named Horror Shorts Party. Horror Shorts Party. They do these animated. They say they're true stories. You can tell they kind of are because the way the stuff happens. But it's like I'm telling you, you gonna be hooked on these stories. They animate them so it look like a cartoon, but it's like real life stuff from the dark way up to all kind of stuff. And shout out to him. I see y'all know Chisel the Dunnest. Go sub to him, Chisel the Dunnest.
By the way, it's finna get real.
Yeah.
We missed the
Football is back.
So.
Yeah, it's because he already uploaded one last week.
Yeah, I gotta listen to
And you know what you did? You don't know if you don't watch. Well, you might. Do you watch Wrestling Bios? Wrestling Bios. They a YouTube channel, kind of like World Culture.
I'm subscribed to them. Yeah.
He got on there and did a commentary on the WCW Royal Rumble. I gotta show y'all live. He did. I saw like that's how popular he getting. I was like, dang, wrestle shorts, wrestling regret or whatever got with him. So yeah, Chisel the Dunnest there. Like that, and that Scott on Tape guy. CJ told me about him, and I've been watching all kind of this stuff. I don't know if y'all like it, but I like looking like stuff like some war stuff was recorded or was some historic stuff happened, going to those spots. Like I watched that one. Yeah. Yeah, I was yeah, see what she lady. That's another thing on the who. Now, everybody been talking about the she lady. Now I'm hearing multiple reports like she was a real person, but she was just a crazy lady, and people called her the sheep lady or something. And then I heard some that she was a lady that hung in the trees after that park, Woodard Park. So with the sheep foot, like who said that? I can tell you. I'm gonna tell you exactly who said it. You know too, Bree. Bree said this. Remember, she says, I seen a post on one of these posts. She says she seen her in the trees, like some kind of thing in the trees. And I was like, what the? So I don't know. So I don't know who was in the world. Whatever it was is dead now, I'm guessing, because we ain't heard nobody. I mean, I told y'all about Sheep Lady story. I actually went, go back your channel, and I recreated that story. Did you see that, TJ? I went back and went to the spot. The spot it's not the same, no, but I went back to where I could kind of go to the spot where it was, since they built a school around it, but I went back to the spot to where my story happened and told y'all exactly how it happened. So y'all listen to that, go back and watch that. Yeah, we're gonna be out of here, and yeah, it's gonna be a long video to reading the render because might not. I got a MacBook. We good. So we out.